Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here today. We're about to explore the unwritten rules of self-respect in love. This presentation will cover key principles that can help you maintain your dignity and confidence in relationships. We'll talk about boundaries, self-awareness, and how to stay true to yourself. So, let's dive in and discover how to nurture healthy, respectful love. Sometimes, we spend a lifetime chasing after love that actually feels more like pain. We wait for texts that never come, and we defend our needs as if they're unreasonable. We often confuse anxiety with passion, and we long for affection that just never fully arrives. Through this, we learn a hard lesson. Not all love is true love. The only love that truly nourishes us, the one that sustains rather than destroys, is reciprocal love. That's love that is mutual, consistent, and emotionally safe. Now, I know this might sound simple on the surface, but for many, it takes decades of inner work to really understand and believe in it. Because, to accept this kind of love, we first have to believe that we deserve it. And for those of us who grew up in environments of emotional deprivation, neglect, or subtle rejection, building that belief can take a very long time, sometimes half a lifetime. So the key point here is that reciprocal love isn't just a nice idea. It's something we need to believe we are worthy of, especially if our early experiences told us otherwise. And recognizing this is a crucial step in the journey toward healthier, more fulfilling relationships. When we talk about the core principle that love must be mutual, what do we really mean? True love isn't just about how much we care. It's about how equally that care is reflected back to us. Reciprocal love is built on a foundation where both people feel valued and appreciated. It's about both partners being equally convinced of each other's worth, feeling emotionally and physically present in the relationship. It's also about investment, showing up consistently, rather than sending mixed signals or being unsure. When love is mutual, there's no need to persuade or prove ourselves constantly. We don't have to beg, explain, or make endless attempts to make our partner understand our value. Most importantly, love that's mutual feels calm and secure. It's not boring, it's stable because we know where we stand. We can rest in that certainty without the constant need to chase or decode signals. Ultimately, mutual love brings a sense of peace, knowing that both of us are truly in this together. Many people find it difficult to accept reciprocal love because, often, their emotional blueprint was shaped early in life in ways that weren't healthy. Childhood experiences like neglect, inconsistency, or emotional rejection teach us that love must be earned, that affection isn't always unconditional, and that stability can feel unfamiliar or even threatening. As adults, this can lead us to confuse emotional tension or instability with depth or passion. We might be drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable, thinking that if we can just make them love us, it will somehow heal something inside us. We tell ourselves stories to justify this pattern like, they do love me, they're just shy, or they're going through something right now, or they just need more time to realize what we have. But those stories are really just the mind's way of avoiding the discomfort of facing reality. They are the lies of self-abandonment, attempts to make chaos or emotional unavailability feel meaningful or justified. Understanding this helps us see how early wounds can distort our current perceptions of love, which is a crucial step in breaking free from those patterns and finding healthier, more genuine connections. Let's talk about the laws of emotional reciprocity. These are simple but powerful rules that help us determine whether the love we're receiving is genuine or just an illusion. They might sound a little cold at first, but really, they're about establishing the boundaries that protect our self-respect. For example, if someone is undecided about you or takes forever to respond to simple messages, that's a red flag. It's a sign they might not value your time or feelings. If they flirt with others or don't seem committed, it's a clear indication to reconsider. And if you find yourself constantly explaining why you're worth loving, that's a sign you're not being appreciated for who you are. Similarly, if they have psychological issues that lead to cruelty or emotional absence, that's a reason to step back. Another key point is if they're not proud of you. If they don't show respect or admiration, that's a signal to leave. And if they've had multiple chances to change but didn't, it's time to walk away. Now, leaving doesn't mean punishing them. It's about freeing yourself from emotional residue, removing their influence from your thoughts, your home, and your body. Because love simply cannot thrive where self-respect has been lost. Remember, these rules are about protecting your well-being and understanding that true love is rooted in mutual respect and effort. Let's talk about the myth of complicated relationships. We often romanticize struggle, right? We call relationships that are painful or inconsistent complicated, as if that makes it somehow more interesting or noble. But the truth is, there's no such thing as a complicated love. Love either honors you, respects your needs, and makes you feel seen, or it doesn't. If you find yourself constantly fighting for attention, having to justify your needs, or decipher mixed signals and inconsistent behavior, that's not a sign of a complex romance. That's emotional chaos. Real love is much simpler. It's clear, it's reciprocal, and it's consistent. You shouldn't be left in suspense about whether you matter or if your partner truly cares. Love that truly honors you will be straightforward and honest. It will make you feel valued, and you won't have to chase or decode to understand where you stand. Remember, love should bring clarity, not confusion. So why do we often stay stuck in unreciprocated love? Well, it's not because we're naive or stupid. The real reason is conditioning. From a young age, we're often trained, sometimes unconsciously, to associate unavailability with our worthiness. We feel more alive when we're chasing approval, because as children, that approval was rarely guaranteed. That's a big part of why self-hatred can feel so familiar. It becomes a kind of emotional home. On the flip side, genuine care or consistent love can feel almost foreign to us because it's not what we're used to. If we want to heal, we need to rewire this emotional reflex. We have to learn to see consistent, healthy love not as something too easy or boring, but as safe, mature, and truly worth embracing. Recognizing this shift is key to breaking free from the cycle of unreciprocated love. When we talk about the maturity of choosing mutual love, what we're really saying is that there comes a point where we stop betraying ourselves for the sake of romance. It's that crucial moment when we decide that self-respect is non-negotiable. We recognize that being alone is better than being in a relationship where we're only half-loved. Now, I want to emphasize that this is not about arrogance or entitlement. It's about emotional clarity, being honest with ourselves about what we deserve. We are allowed to want someone who is proud to be with us, who is present in our daily lives, and who feels grateful for our existence. It's also about wanting someone who is gentle with our needs, who respects us enough to reciprocate love genuinely. Demanding reciprocal love isn't a sign of neediness, it's a sign of sanity. It's about valuing ourselves enough to seek a relationship that's balanced, respectful, and mutual. And this fits into the bigger picture of healthy love, where mutuality and self-respect are at the core. Because truly mature love is about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less. What does true love actually look like? Well, when love is right, it doesn't feel like you're constantly waiting or questioning your worth. It's not about trying to prove yourself or fixing someone else, nor is it about being endlessly patient and hoping things will change. Instead, it's about two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company, who are mutually delighted to have found one another. These are the kind of relationships where you wake up each day feeling grateful, not conflicted or unsure. It's about listening deeply, touching with kindness, and protecting each other's peace. When you see love and calm coexisting like that, it's a clear sign that you've truly come home. That's the essence of what genuine love looks like. And here we are at the final lesson, and I think it's one that really ties everything together. You see, a lot of us spend years mistaking struggle for connection. We cling to partners who can't truly love us because we haven't yet learned what we're actually owed in love and respect. But once we understand that real love is reciprocal, meaning it's a two-way street, we start to see things differently. Our standards naturally rise, not from pride, but from a sense of inner peace. This shift helps us stop chasing after those who make us feel small or insecure. It allows us to stop begging for clarity, because clarity should be something that's freely given, not begged for. And it helps us stop confusing longing with devotion. Longing alone isn't enough. It's not what sustains a healthy, genuine relationship. Instead, we begin to choose consciously, finally, only the kind of love that truly deserves our time and energy. A love that gives as much as it takes and stays as much as it receives. That's the kind of love that aligns with our worth and brings us real fulfillment. And that's the core message I hope you take away from this entire journey.